Grand Rising, good people. A little bit later, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, Astro-Weather weekend, Aries and Taurus super new moon. Are you ready to stabilize a new reality in your life? Let's talk about it. Grand late morning, early afternoon, grand brunch. And it is Venus Friday, it's Taurus season. I'm gonna have me a little piece of chocolate. So I just found out from a friend that the Giants quarterback pick last night, Jackson Dart, is a Taurus, and he was born on one of my best friends, an old roommate, my Taurus brother Kwame that I lost years ago. I told you I lost all my Tauruses, my mother, my half-sister, Cheryl, London, and Kwame. So I love you, Taurus. Happy birthday. It's Taurus season, Taurus birth chart sale. We're getting ready for this Taurus super new moon on the 27th, Sunday. Today is the 25th, 26th, and 27th, Aries Taurus moon. The moon is around 6 degrees. Should finish up around 10 on the East Coast, 11 on the West side. And you can start signing up for Coffee Talks now. I announced them. They're on my website. May 10th, 12 noon, 9 a.m. Pacific. 2 hours, $22. I'll be doing Uranus and Gemini transit coming up on the 7-7 portal, July, and that'll be finishing out the year. That is going to be for all 12 rising signs. And then we're gonna do a volunteer. If you guys are willing to volunteer your chart, we're gonna do a blind reading of a Coffee Talk members chart, which is always really fun and really teachable. But the person who volunteers the chart, you got to be brave, but you're safe. You're in a safe space, right? It's very private. We don't share the chart. It's just for the people there. But it's really a great way to have multiple eyes on your chart. And then you teach by answering questions at the end about how we did with the reading. So it's super fun. So email me, eric@BigEAstro.com. You can do Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, or just go right on the website. All right, and that's for May 10th, 12 noon, and then Friday, May 16th, only $13. I'm gonna do the midheaven for all 12 signs. Okay, we're gonna break down how your soul should be vibrating out in public for your career, right? The legacy you're gonna leave, right? But the midheaven is gonna be very different, the energy, usually from your sun, moon, and rising. Now, they could overlap, right, for the moon or sun, but it's very powerful. So, we're getting into, we're still in the Taurus Deacon, and that's from, 0 to 9 degrees. And I think we'll get Wednesday to the Taurus Virgo Deacon. Right now, though, Taurus risings can be going through a lot with their dreams. I see it with my wife, having the Neptune, Moon, and Mercury, and that came in late last night while we were sleeping, right? So, you can experience some interesting things. Neptune has definitely been bringing in some interesting energy for me as a Scorpio rising in my 6th house in Aries. But there is this emphasis on health. I just find it, even us doing our fast, it's been harder to do it. We're still doing it this month. And we started off, I think, 2 or 3 days where we just, did the fasting and juicing. But then we went to, because it was challenging, just more of the intermittent and just being honest, right? 1 meal a day. But last night I had 2. But that's okay. The thing is the intention and trying to do the best that you can. I will tell you, still, I would wait till Monday in terms of bringing back lyrics and the music, but I just been really vibing off the instrumental music more. And I'm going to try to do Lunch with Eric IG Live today, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, for Friday Venus, and probably, probably talk about, I'm thinking about what I'm going to talk about. I think I'm going to talk about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. It is Venus, and it's Taurus season. So that's what we're going to get into today at Lunch with Eric, 4 p.m. Eastern, and really 1 p.m. lunch, Pacific. So it'll actually be my lunchtime. Let's get to the chart. A lot going on, with Pope and this and that. And I just want you guys to know there is an energetic and a spiritual changing of the guard, and prayers to, all those innocent people that were killed in Palestine and in Ukraine, by Israel and Russia. And I don't know. I just don't even know what to say anymore. But I know that Neptune and Aries is going to push us all to become more self-acceptant, self-reliant, but it will dissolve some of the brainwashing and the illusion and the lies, right? And they lied because that one guy, medic or whatever, he had his cell phone, and they caught them in a big lie. It wasn't no accident. They lied, and that's what's been going on, okay? So, but I want you to tap in, and I think, Deion Sanders' son didn't get drafted in the first round. Not that he's not worthy. I think they wanted to humble Deion and his son. The NFL owners, I'm sorry, there's always they're racist. And, even though Deion was a beloved, player and Hall of Famer, he may be too swaggadocious for their britches, try to humble a brother. But, plenty of great quarterbacks, Rodgers, Brady, Breeze, have been drafted second round or beyond. And Jalen Hurts just won a Super Bowl and have done really well. So maybe Cleveland or the Saints or somebody drafts him today. And I want you to really tap into this Uranus sextile North Node, and you'll feel it with Saturn and Venus-Saturn conjunction today. Have healthy boundaries in your relationships and discipline around how you spend your money, arts, culture, and entertainment. All right, let's get to the chart. Astro-Weather. Oh, and I'm uploading videos into my group. I'm at the home stretches. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't keep talking about it. I should just when it comes out, just show and prove, right? But I'm working so hard. And when I see these little milestones, I want to say stuff to you because I'm getting excited because I'm really trying to create something that's special. Either $5 a month just to get in the group, $18 a month to receive the coffee talks for free, valued at $35, right, each month. You don't have to show up, you just get them automatically. 10% off all services, discounts from my, podcast guests, stuff like that. And you get 50% off of any major chart readings, natal, solar return, or secondary progression after being in a group for a year. So this is for $18. And these groups, I'm making the videos, we've got astrology, we've got crystals, we got creativity, and everybody's open to share. You got spirituality, meditation, herbs, what's on your mind, relationships and self-love. It's going to be great. And the Knowledge is Love podcast guests. So 11 different groups, and I'm just trying to build something special for all of us. And unlike a lot of groups you may join on Facebook or whatever, I want you to promote anything that you're doing. If you're doing something creative, share it in the group. You got astrology questions about a chart or a placement, whatever it is, share your knowledge about herbs and crystals, about spirituality, health, whatever it is. So this is going to be the group for the collective. My Knowledge is Love tribe. Let's get to the chart in Astro-Weather weekend. Pew. All right, 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, and it is Taurus season. I'm telling you, this Sun conjunct Uranus, when it happens, is going to be powerful. The Taurus Sun is still squaring Pluto, so some interesting news drops on Friday. We'll see about the tariffs in the stock market, even things with technology. I told you about these, was it Japan or Taiwan, these RoboCop police. I haven't checked anything with crypto and Bitcoin. But the Aries moon today, it's 6 degrees, will finish around 10 on the East Coast and should get to 11 on the West Coast, making a conjunction to the moon. Moon conjunct Mercury is not necessarily good or bad. It just means your analytical and emotional mind and response system are kind of in alignment, right, in Aries. So they want to be more assertive, aggressive, brave, courageous, and initiating. Watch out for, initiating arguments or fights. On a Venus day or Friday, we should chill. Remember, Monday, Fridays don't work out. And then tomorrow, the moon should be at around 17 degrees. When we get up, 16 or 17. The Mars in Leo is, still trining the Neptune, still squaring the sun, still opposing the Pluto. And so remember I told you until the 26th or even 27th, you want to just be mindful and careful of this explosive, volatile energy. And hence you saw, with Russia and Israel, that's this Mars opposing Pluto. Okay? And, we've got to have peace, and we got to pray for that African leader that they're trying to take out and trying to say, oh, he's bad for his people. No, he's just like Saddam or Gaddafi. He's doing good things for his people that the Western countries like France, America, and England don't like, because he's trying to free his people from colonization, oppression. Let's keep it real, people. When we talk about, oh, let's spread democracy to these places and people need to be protected, we're doing it for our own gains of resources and minerals. So don't believe the lies, please. The Lilith, still rocking in Scorpio. Kind of bouncing around, not really opposing anything and not trining anything in Pisces. Jupiter and Gemini is moving along, just like the Uranus and Taurus. Yeah, Jupiter's moving 20 degrees now. Okay, so soon it will get to be squaring the North Node. And that's where you could have some frustrations or confusion around your beliefs or ideas around spirituality. So be mindful of that. We're going to start to feel that square in the coming weeks. And Uranus is now at 26, right? Sextiling the North Node, Saturn and Venus, which can be really nice, So nature and water. This is really about tapping into the crystals, the importance of using the crystals and things like that, okay? I would really, really get into that and know that crystals are here to benefit you. And you're going to learn a lot about crystals in my group with crystals. And I got someone really amazing. My podcast for May is going to be pretty good, but don't forget, I'll be on live Sunday night, Mercury and Venus, 7 p.m. Eastern, Taurus season. For episode 331. Go back and watch 328, 29, and 30 with Kimberly Williams, Megan McPherson, and Rebecca Vedanoff. They were really amazing. And thank you for you guys that did come to TikTok the other night with Rebecca and I. That was a lot of fun in the Akasha. Too bad TikTok doesn't keep the replays. You could watch all the Lunch with Erics, but TikTok doesn't keep lives. I think that's kind of weird. But go follow me on TikTok, X, and IG. All the YouTube people, please follow, subscribe, and you're gonna have a good Friday. Ceres is moving up too. Ceres is kind of squaring the Jupiter, so there's gonna be some different information and things about challenges with the farmers, and they're struggling. Even in Kentucky, they're complaining right about the bourbon with these tariffs. You saw McConnell come out against Trump. So there's just a lot, that's, happening with our goods and services and import, export. And that's a lot of Neptune, Pisces, Ceres, Jupiter stuff. All right. Let's get to Sabado today, the Sabbath, Saturn day, where you can lift weights. Astro of the weekend, BigEAstro. All right. right, BigEAstro. You know what it is. It is April 26th, Saturday, and we're looking at 9 a.m., 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and the moon is at 20? Huh. I'm surprised. Maybe I was off. Maybe it was going to end at like 13 degrees. But the moon's at 20, and we'll finish up at about 26 and then 27. And then Sunday night, we've got that Taurus. Was it at a super new moon? At 8, I think it's 8:31 p.m. Eastern, 5:31 p.m. Pacific, or something like that. So, yeah, so we're going to finish up. And this Aries moon will be conjunct Chiron, and coming up the conjunction of Mercury. So there's really going to be an opportunity to really communicate with your inner child and, tap in, right? Tap into how the Mars trine Leo, Mars trine Neptune could really help you to imagine, role play, fantasize about childhood in your imagination. It can always be beneficial. But remember, fire signs and fire energies in transit, you've got to do movement. It's the best way to heal. Mars and Leo, man, you got to vibrate from your heart and be brave and courageous. That's always going to be the answer. Taurus sun, 6 degrees. Definitely got a little Virgo, and the lunar mansion is the sun behind it. Then we have the moon from 10 to 23, and then Mars going into the end of Taurus into early Gemini. Okay, so these are lunar mansions, the lunar stations, the nakshatras in the Vedic. Remember this Pluto opposing Mars. Let's see, did Mars move a little bit? No, so you're still feeling it. Like I said, the 26th, and actually, honestly, you're going to feel this opposition going into Monday and Tuesday, okay? So let's just be prepared and, check in your chart for the square, the fixed signs, but look for your Leo and your Aquarius house, and just know that there can be some opportunities for some deep shadow work and transformation, but there could be some explosive energy, and just, anything, okay? And please get life insurance for your children. It's just on my heart and my brain. The Lilith in Scorpio still dawdling. Yeah. Opposing the sun. That's what I was wondering on Saturday. So there could be a lot of things about getting ready to ingress into this Taurus super new moon, about being fixated and stubborn, and don't be jealous of other people's possessions. Sometimes the sun opposite Lilith can bring that up and out, or people being jealous of your possessions. So don't get into that. Just vibrate. When you're in gratitude, you don't care what the next person has. I want everybody to win. I'm not jealous of anybody. I know so many people around me that are way wealthier or richer than I am, and I know people that are less than, and I care more about the content of your soul and your character. I'm not impressed by somebody's wallet. I'm just not. That's me. But I've always been like that. Materialism does not impress me. I have wealth, I am wealthy, and I am in gratitude all the time. And that's how you got to speak and think about it. Okay? So enjoy. This moon should, let's see, the Mercury. The moon is at 16. Okay. Let's see in the Chiron. The moon's at 20, right? It's this one's a hard one to see, but so it should finish up at 2-0. Mercury is at 9. Moon's at 20. So it'll finish up like 27, so then should be like 3 or 4 degrees tomorrow. Tomorrow, Sunday, the 27th, Taurus super new moon. Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. Sleep on it. Sunday, the day of the sun, the vitality in the new moon. I was born in September, but I was ready in June. So, what are we talking about here, Lucy? We're talking about the Taurus super new moon. And that's the moon at 5 degrees. And just 12. So, yeah, 5:31 p.m. Pacific, we will have the Taurus new moon. So 2:31 Pacific and 5:31 p.m. Eastern. So that's what, 4 hours away. Yeah. So that makes sense. Remember my Taurus new moon video. Go and watch that on my YouTube channel. This is where we cannot stay stubborn. We've got to be willing to, in this Taurus super new moon, vibrating closer to the earth, we've got to ground into our new reality and new versions of ourselves. And this grand fixed cross with Mars, Leo, Pluto, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Taurus, and Scorpio, Lilith is really helping us to trust our intuition, ground into our physical bodies, speaking our true, authentic truths from our heart chakra, and being brave and courageous to do it. Staying stubborn and fixed at this time will not help. You see Mars is at 4 degrees. And so this is about stabilizing a new reality. This is about stabilizing the new earth and the new versions of yourself. Tap into your crystals and realize that at this new moon, you have an opportunity to take all that you've been doing and integrating with the eclipses and your spiritual discipline and your positive self-talk, and now cement it into a new self-worth practice that is the new you and part of the new reality that you exist on. When you choose to vibrate differently, you will attract and magnetically pull different opportunities, people, frequencies into your life. It's not time to yearn for the past, the old versions of yourself, the old ways of doing anything. It's okay. Don't be scared. You can do the same thing in a new way or new version, but raise the vibration and frequencies. You know, try not to curse as much or listen to the music with all the violence and cursing. You could still listen to good music. I'm not saying don't listen to music, just you'll see how you feel. But I'm telling you, when you make these different adjustments, you're going to want for different things. I don't yearn for the television. There's many days I never turn the television on. I've been turning it on the last couple of days because the NFL draft. I like that. That's my escapism sports. Do I know this is fake and fugazi and a distraction and the circus? Yeah, I'm not stupid. But it's sort of like that little guilty pleasure, but my escape. And I love competition. I love sports. I played them growing up. So, you understand? But the Taurus moon will finish out at about 11 degrees, 12 on the West Coast. So Monday morning, we should be at about 17, 18 degrees, okay, at 12 noon, 9 a.m. Pacific. So that's the Astro-Weather weekend. I want you to definitely spend some time in nature, and I'll see you guys Sunday night. And then Tuesday night, Miss Queen Bee, Numeralytics, she's going to be coming on. We're going to be talking about the numerology keys. We're going to talk about using numerology in a practical way in your life. And she'll do some, probably do some live readings as well. Okay. So should be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm just excited. So she is really super talented. And she's going to come back in the fall, and I'll do my NFL preview show where we'll do the numerology of the football teams and stuff like that. So it'll be more astrology, sports. If you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, it's okay. But I know some people do appreciate sports and like astrology and spirituality. So, but using the esoteric occult knowledge can be really fascinating and beneficial. So we'll talk about all those type of things. All right, Astro-Weather weekend. Eric Taylor, BigEAstro. Happy Taurus super new moon and happy Taurus season. Peace. That's it. Astro-Weather weekend. 25th, 26th, 27th April. Aries moon, Taurus super new moon. And remember that my Taurus birth chart sale is on rocking until May 20th. It is Taurus Sun Moon Risings, 40 to 50 minute custom video summary, mini movie of your life, transits. You can email me pictures. You get videos of your planetary placements and a 30-minute Q&A live over Zoom after you receive it and absorb it. Normally $350, only $305, and then 90-minute live chart reading over Zoom, natal, soul return, second hand progression. You can choose for either. You get also the chart, videos of your placements, live Q&A, and the recording. Normally $250, only $206. I'm gonna put them in a mix. Please reach out, Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Sign up for the coffee talks, and I hope you're doing well. I really do. God is good. My son Mateus is healing. Hope he doesn't have permanent scars. I'm claiming that he will have no scars. But yeah, it was a rough week after his e-bike accident with his reckless little friend. So listen, do the work. When you do the work to heal, you feel better, you breathe better. These are challenging times, but you're not a victim in the 3D or the 5D. And you've got the power. So stabilize this new reality with this Taurus super new moon. Think positive, be positive, act positively, and know that you are worthy. Right? And Christ consciousness is growing and rising within you. Put in the work. Thank you, Yeshua. All right? Eric Taylor, you complete BigEAstro. I'll see you later today, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, on IG Live, Lunch with Eric. Talking about Taurus Sun Moon Rising. Adios. Bye.